Jesse Draper, the Valley Girl. What does your company do? Have you ever Googled yourself?
Totally.
What makes a great entrepreneur? What's your next big idea? Tweeting's like my favorite. Let's talk business.
I'm like the Valley Girl.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
You want to know what I'm doing? Voting. You want to know what makes voting so much easier? Everyone counts. Let's talk business with Lori Steele.
Everyone Counts is creating secure electronic voting systems worldwide to give everyone access to a ballot. Lori Steele is the CEO of Everyone Counts. For all e-voting decisions, she's the go-to source. She was nominated for Forbes Most Powerful Women this year, and she is definitely a rockin' woman.
Well, here we are with Lori Steele of Everyone Counts. So how are you doing, Lori?
Jesse, I'm doing great.
Now tell me, just for our viewers, what is Everyone Counts?
Everyone Counts is the leading provider of software as a service solutions for voting systems. So we provide voting systems for governments. We're transforming elections from hardware-based and paper-based to digital.
Did you always know you were going to be an entrepreneur?
Oh gosh, no. No. I first wanted to work in the travel business.
You are now free to move about the country.
So I got a job in the investment business so I could earn a living while I looked for a job in the travel business. And I ended up liking it so much. I loved people and I loved companies and I loved thinking about what was going to be big and good and how to allocate resources in a way that you could take advantage of trends. And so I became an investment advisor. And I did that my whole life until 7 years ago and thought I always would. I loved it.
You've become an advocate as well for just voting in general. So I feel like it's really amazing what you've done, where did you just decide, I want to change this system?
I did. It sort of happened to me, I think. I was speaking at a UN conference on technology.
Oh, wow.
And it was the week that Arnold Schwarzenegger won a recall election in California.
Oh, okay. I
And
remember that
thought,
week.
Yes, it was a big deal. And so there I stood among some of the most brilliant minds in technology in the world. And I was thinking, back to other elections that seemed to matter. I thought of 2000, thought of hanging chads, thought of butterfly ballots, and thought, elections are important and people care.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, one of these companies here should do something to make this better. They should take the technology being used in the rest of the world and bring it to elections, which are really, really important things. And I couldn't get anyone to do it. That's what I thought. Are you kidding me? This is important and it's huge.
It's a hard thing to change.
Yeah, harder than I thought. Things are always harder than you think. Government doesn't like to change.
What are some of the obstacles you had to overcome?
One of the biggest things we've had to do is get laws changed. So we got a law passed that requires everyone in the United States to be offered, if they're living or serving abroad, a digital ballot. And that's beginning this year. And states are adopting like crazy, and they're obviously seeing the possibilities with things like absentee, and also getting rid of those antiquated machines in polling places. I think there's a great opportunity, we know there is, for starting where we're starting and moving quickly to absentee, which is 35% of all voters in America.
So what would happen? It would be online.
You can vote on your computer, you can vote on an Android, you can vote on an iPhone, you can vote on an iPad from anywhere in the world.
That would be amazing. That would just change. I think so many more people would vote.
They would. We've seen turnout of increase of up to 35% just by offering a digital ballot.
So how do you monitor that? Because that's something that I think people would worry, if they weren't an engineer or something they couldn't.
Right.
There's computers are fairly often smarter than people, but occasionally they have a glitch or something.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
We spend a lot of time thinking about security and usability. We want to make sure that not only the system is secure, but that the voter is not going to accidentally make a mistake. So we've brought together uniquely to the industry a group of extremely experienced election experts, so we have the process right, and extremely brilliant technology experts, so we have the security right.
I have a little activity for you.
Okay.
Okay, it's called the Fabulous Cup.
Okay.
Fab Cup. It's fabulous.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go. Just read them and define them quickly.
Applications, something you can use for software voting. Elephant, I'm not allowed to talk about politics, but it could be Republican. Customer service, very important in voting and everything else. voting booth, electronic, viral. Very important way to communicate that online voting is the best way to vote. Trendy, you. Noise, people talking about things they don't know about. Risky, voting by paper.
I love it. That was very speedy. High five. So what are you most excited about that's, coming up?
We're really excited about going to places like emerging democracies, Baltic states, former Russian countries that sort of leapfrog America and go straight to technology when they're doing something new.
Yeah.
So emerging democracies is a really exciting place
It's
too.
really exciting. So it's not just for here.
Oh no.
You're going to be you're branching out internationally.
That's right.
Everyone votes.
Everyone votes. 121 electoral democracies in the world.
What's your company culture like?
People feel committed to our mission, and our mission is to make democracy work. And I hope that they feel compelled to always, always, always do better. We have a culture of excellence. In elections, you can't make mistakes. It's like surgery.
Yeah.
We're the only company in the elections industry in the world, in history, that has 100% record of uncontested elections.
Wow.
Thank you. It's exciting and it's important, and we take it that seriously. When you're doing a combination of changing the world and building a technology company that could be a Fortune 1000 company, it's pretty exciting.
It is really exciting.
Yeah, you can either be into the business and making a fortune, or you can be into changing the world and feeling good, or both.
So I had a little, sort of multitasking exercise I thought I would try with you.
Okay.
Okay? Do you think you can handle it?
I bet I can.
Okay, let's do it. We'll start with hula hooping. We'll start simple.
Okay. Simple. Ready?
Okay, ready? We're hula hooping. Uh-oh. You're good at this. I'm definitely not good
Not
at
if
this.
you're gonna make me add something.
Hula hooping while blowing bubbles. Oh my gosh, no,
Okay.
Okay, and now we're gonna start counting some votes.
Oh,
which
all
is
right.
only appropriate.
Only
so,
appropriate.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Pink,
Pink.
purple.
Purple.
Do you think you can eat some jelly beans while we count the votes? While
I
we
so
blow
far
bubbles?
haven't done any of this right.
I think you're doing a fabulous job. They're not jelly beans.
That is not gonna work.
Blowing bubbles. Blowing. Hula hooping.
As long as I don't blow
Pink.
jelly beans.
Pink. Purple. I'm like the Valley Girl.
And I'm like Lori Steele from Everyone Counts.
You are the best multitasker I think I've ever seen. And now it's time for your Dits moment. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wait. You're doing everything. I feel like I'm cheating.